All right, everybody. Welcome in. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I got an April Fool's card from Mr. Johnny T. Great fun, especially when you have no idea it's coming. I actually thought that was something else in the mail until I saw who it was from and all of that. And I said, okay, obviously something's up. But I think I got it the day before, and it said don't open until April 1st, so I legitimately waited. Kason, how's it going? Good to see you. So here's what we have tonight. It's a hodgepodge box. Like I said, I'm having trouble getting stuff from my bank, so I coaxed all the tellers the other day into giving me whatever they could give me, and I got $490, one roll short of a full box after attempting to get from all of them because I couldn't get like an actual box. So a lot of it's customer wrapped, at least from the top that I see. And it's been so long, it's probably been like a week since I got it that I don't remember, but I will warn you. Cell phone. TikTok sends a lot of notifications. I've realized that. Like a lot. Kind of annoying. But so here's what I've noticed. Constitutional. I didn't know I was going. Big Flip canceled, so I just decided to throw up a stream. I need to get back on the wagon anyway. I have videos that I would love to shoot, but I haven't shot. If that makes any sense. I've been busy with work and some other stuff in the last couple of weeks. It doesn't look like that's going to slow up anytime soon, but I will get some stuff out for you because we can talk about the financial Armageddon that is likely upon us if anyone is watching the news and paying attention. There's a lot, but back to the quarters. So I've had these for like a week or so, a little over probably, and I've just been sitting on them. These rolls here that you see, and my top camera is not working. I don't know why. It's on. It says it's working, but Streamlabs won't recognize it. I'm not going through the whole mess. So I think I've been on here long enough to earn some trust. But anyway, these. I have almost a whole box over the way, right? I've been getting rolls that look exactly like these, and they're the collector dumping state quarters. And they're like maybe some exceptions, but they're like a whole roll of one state, another state, whatever have you. And I think it's almost $400 in rolls over there of state quarters. Now, they're not all in like the best of shape, but there are some that are in extremely good shape. So it's kind of hard to hang on to something like that. But so far, I've been trying to. Let me adjust my light here a little bit. We do have the coin cam, which is nice. So I'll be able to pull things out there. But you know how it is. Roadhog, I did not forget about you. I'm not a horrible host. I'm just lazy and busy. So I still got your two Barber dimes right here. Siren and Kellen, not Kellen. Why do I always do that? Kendall, I still have your stuff sitting here as well. So I've just been lazy. I haven't sold anything on eBay. I was kind of figuring the next time I sold something on eBay, I'd sit down and, package everything up and just do one big shipment. And I haven't sold anything on eBay in the last couple of weeks. So it's all here. And bald. Thanks, Constitutional. Okay, so let's get into the first roll here. Now, this is iffy because we could go through like half of this box and end up just setting it aside. But we'll look at what we got. So, okay, good news. It's a mixed roll. So that's encouraging. I know it's not the same without the top view camera. You guys have your chat words to play with. Ooh, I need to get on there and make sure the bot's on. Because last time it was forever and the bot never came on. It says it's on. We shall see. Anybody see the bot? Is it working? Savage! Good to see you. Welcome in. Okay, so... Ooh, we got a weird look in Washington. It's got the luster. It's a 93. It's got some junk on it, though. I'm going to just pass it. Maryland. Nothing too special there. Salt River, but it's a Philly. So, tell me, stackers and collectors, who's buying what? And what prices are you getting things for? Because from what I'm seeing, it's pretty much $30 an ounce for just about anything. It may have come down slightly, 29 something, high 28, but it's close enough to assume that you're basically paying $30 an ounce. And we've talked about this recently in a couple of the videos, and I was very curious to see how it was going to be at $30, but I think the current situation that we're in is making it worse. And so I still don't know if the general public has gotten on board, because I haven't talked to any coin shops in a couple of weeks. But I still think it's mainly us. And, you know, the big institutions, governments, you know, the obvious normal culprits of, you know, heavy metal buying. But I don't think, you know, the general public is clamoring at the hills for Morgan silver dollars. Man, the lighting on this sucks. What's going on here? Let's see if I can move the light. It's a little better, but it still sucks because it's trying to get me. But, yeah, there you go. Morgan. So, I'm curious. It looks like the bot's working. Let me go back to the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. I sent an email to a big fish trying to do a live. Aside from that, son, I'm free. Right now, I can't afford to buy anything. Roadhog, you are not alone in that. I have not bought anything this week. Last week, I paid way too much for some really cool American Eagles. Way too much. Like $100 a piece. They haven't came yet. I'm a little nervous. I don't think I need to be, but it's somebody that I found kind of happenstance, and so they have a business and everything, so I'm sure it's on the up and up. But still, the first time you do a transaction with somebody, even if it is just like a couple $100, you're always a little leery until something shows up, you know? So we'll see. But it should be some really cool Eagles when I get them. So I'm excited about that. But I haven't been buying either. I won't lie to you. I kind of felt bad because when silver started creeping and I got the feeling that it was going to go higher, I mean, I was still buying then, but I didn't buy as much as now I wish I would have. But I'm staying cash poor. If you didn't see somewhere, I'm sure online you can find it. I think it was the president of Kenya basically came out and in a press conference and said, if you got dollars, you're in trouble. Which is upsetting for us because that's all we have. We literally can't get rid of them. We're going to suffer to some degree in this fallout. And gas is going to be one of them. I guarantee it. What are we at? I think here we're around the... I think last time I got gas, it was just under $4. dog. What are you doing? You don't have fleas. You don't have fleas. You want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say, what are you doing? Why am I not getting my love? Why? Look over there. Look over there. Look at the camera. Don't love me. This is what I have to deal with when I'm not on here. Oh, the cuteness. Okay, go hop down. Go. She's awesome, but she's a pain. Oh, man. I am slacking. I don't have any of my bins to throw these into or anything. Hold on. Aha. Bins. Dog is, yeah. I will buy her a plane ticket. She just cost me, what was it, the other week? It was like $3 something, almost $500 at the vet in the last couple of weeks, just for doggy sickness and random checkups and stuff. But yeah, she getting expensive. So let's get into the next roll here. I know it's not as exciting without, with the out the top cam. Not much I can do. I can throw some up there. Uh-oh. This might be a full roll of something. Louisiana? Xavier? Yep. Okay, so it's hard to show you again, but I can kind of give you an idea. Louisiana. So this is a whole roll of 2002 Louisiana quarters, and I am not aware. See, look at the state of some of these. Maybe a little chatter, but nothing major with them. They look good. Ah, the front of that. See, how does that happen? I say it looks good, I turn it around, and it's got gunk all on it. But you get the idea. So this guy was putting away. Ooh, this one's a keeper. For sure. So this is what I've been running into. This guy, person, whoever, is dumping these quarters by the roll at the bank. I don't know if I already have one of these or not over there because I only started labeling some of them. So we will gently put these back in the roll, label them, and move on. But it's nice because if I keep it up at the rate that I'm going and I keep catching his stuff that he's bringing in, I'm going to end up with, I could put together a whole bunch of books of state quarters pretty much with some really good examples. And I don't know, sell them if anyone's interested, but most likely not. State quarters are one of those that are not as popular, I guess. Louisiana. I think I spelled that wrong, but we'll know what I meant. I'll just set these in the nickels for now. Wait a minute. Yeah, I need to come up with another system for this too. Mira. I got a box over there, but I'll just grab one of these bins for now. I'm expecting there to be more now that I've found one for sure. And I might even end up, like I said, with like a whole full box. Nothing but some nice state quarters. People can be an enormous pain in the ass. That's for sure. Uh-oh, this looks like the same, except these are much nicer. I should probably put gloves on, but I don't think we're in that territory. Okay, so here you go. Virginia. Look at that. It's gorgeous. 2000, and this whole roll looks, again with the top camera, but I mean this is as close to a BU roll. The copper's not toned yet. It's still pink as I'm looking at them from the side. I'm going to carefully, that's not careful, going to carefully put these back in here. I want to say I already had a roll of Virginia. I don't know what this guy's game is or who it is. My teller, my vault rep that is basically, come on guys, there you go. Saving these for me to some degree. Told me that he's a collector. He's looking for stuff. My guess is he's buying, like in this case, I think he bought a BU roll and was looking for like an error or something. That must be it, because these look like the day they were made. Okay, so this may be a little more uneventful. So for now, let's try to grab some ones that I don't think are his. Try to. In this box, some of the different wrappers, I think. And we'll see what we end up with, but it's kind of a collection dump coin hunt. Now, if we do hit any of the obvious ones that we know have errors, die chips, common things that I'm aware of, then we'll try to look through them a little more. This one, whole roll of Missouri. (2003). Not as like BU. Where are my gloves at? I'm putting the gloves on. It's bad enough that I'm taking them out of rolls and putting them back in, but try not to damage them any more than I have to, I guess. Not exactly, you know, a CC Morgan, but still nonetheless pretty rare to find stuff like this from the bank. And this is the third time that I've caught some of his dumps from the bank. It's crazy. So actually, I need to probably go in there tomorrow and see if they have anything else that I can grab that maybe this guy had. I mean, I like silver, but arguably this is worth a couple of bucks more than I paid for it, maybe, for the right person. Or I could try the daunting task of trying to sell them off in a more individualized, but that seems like a lot of work. So what did we say that was? Missouri. Oh man. Okay, I really am though. I got those 5 here. It seems like those are still his, which is crazy. That means I have over a whole box of rolls of state quarters, with a roll being completely full. So we'll grab some of these other like odd rolls. These are the orange ones. These are the what they call like the shotgun rolls. We'll grab some of these and see what we find in them. Siren made it. Siren, I swear I have stuff for you. And I'm gonna send it. I promise. It's just, I'm lazy. I'm very lazy. If I'm not making videos, something's wrong. I'm either depressed or just busy. Which right about now is kind of a little bit of both, because of all this stuff going on with the money. I'm not depressed, but I'm kind of a little on edge. I mean, I'm glad silver's going up, but I don't want to picture what this economy is going to look like a year from now. I really don't. I'm sure we will be fine. We're resilient. will make it, so to speak. Okay, we got a mixed roll, so that's good. Yeah, 2021s and stuff in here. So at least I get to search through them. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. In this guy's collection dump, the first round, I don't think I showed you guys, but I found a Susan B. It's not wide rim or anything. But I found a Susan B. in a quarter roll. And it's not in the best shape. What happened? What was that? Somebody subscribed? That's funny. Chat words covers the notification. I didn't even get to see it. It's okay. Somebody subscribed. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. But yeah, I found a Susan B. in a quarter roll. This dude had stuffed it in with a bunch of these steak quarters. Obviously, it was very fat. But you get the idea. Ooh, there's a really nice Washington. 94. It's got some scratches. Pass on it. 2022. Shenandoah. I know. It's not the most exciting thing you've ever seen. Why do you look funny? It's a funny looking 82. Some beat up quarters in here. Like this. That one was buried. I'm willing to bet. Or submerged in something. 2022, but it's a P. Dirty Virginia, but it kind of looks cool with the dirt. Almost looks antiqued. Get off of there. I hate these gloves. Tall grass, but it's a P. Wisconsin. I don't know what's going on with that one. It got burnt or something. No extra leaf. But yeah, it's on like both sides, or burnt or chemicals. Alright. Hey, at least we got some rolls to actually search. I have a brown quarter. Tracy, I do too. I keep some of them. I think I tossed some of the dimes back. I confirmed that they weren't anything. I think I kept a couple of the brown quarters just because. Okay, I think we got a mix on this one too. So we got a hunt. 81, 2022, no die chips. But yeah, this whole economy thing and trading oil without the dollar, I think is not going to work out super well for us. We've been kind of not the best big brother for a while now, and it seems like some people are kind of getting sick of it, and so we'll see how this whole thing goes, but I am not excited. Decent looking Virginia, but we got a whole roll of those. Slightly worn 82. Arizona. What's that cactus look like? Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. So I missed it. I'm a bad host. Who's buying what? Well, who bought what this week? Who bought a 10-ounce bar this week? That's what I want to know. And what did you pay? I think the going rate's up to about $2.70, if I'm not mistaken. For a 10-ounce bar, it's probably close. Yeah, I need to get some more food. Hold on. Sorry about that. Information gathering for one of my people in Chicago. I'd called him early this morning trying to catch him. He's night shift, and he was calling me back. These look mixed too. So we do have some coins to actually look through. I missed. Okie dokie. I can chat all day. Yes, Tracy, you can. You get the dust. Hi, Xavier.
Special guest.
Special guest.
Xavier.
Ah. These kids. My son keeps trying to tell me I need to start a gaming YouTube channel so I can actually make money. I tried to explain to him it takes a little bit more than that to just make money, but he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I learned.
Huh?
I learned all right.
You learned?
Yep.
What'd you learn? It's a decent Connecticut, but I got a whole roll of them, so I'm not worried about keeping it. And I missed it again. Hold on, let me go back. I gotta go back. 285. 285 for... What was that?
Sorry, I just got distracted by my whistle.
You're okay, come here, sir.
Sorry.
Come here, sir. Come here, sir. So when you have a YouTube channel, whenever that is, 10 years from now, how old are you?
8.
10 years from now, when you have a YouTube channel, can I whistle in the background of your live stream?
No.
No, I can. It's not going to be fun though, right?
Look, there's literally crying mode.
Yep.
Emojis.
Yep. Siren talks through emojis.
Oh.
She's the mermaid lady. You see the mermaid?
Mhm.
She's the mermaid lady, and she talks through emojis. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right, go make sure your sister's still alive.
Yeah.
I'm trying here. I'm trying. But yeah, they don't always get it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. He's over there whistling, I guess. I thought he fell or something. I didn't know it was a whistle. 285 for 10 ounces of silver. Wait, y'all get paid by YouTube? I could. I need to start uploading mechanic videos again. I have a garage, and I need to do both because the economy's going to go in the toilet. I need to double down on the things that I can do to entertain people that are going to be sitting at home, hopefully not jobless, but not in the best of condition completely. In this new economy that they're making. It'll be like COVID. There was a giant push for content because everybody was sitting at home. And I think that's gonna, not that, but something similar to that is gonna happen again. Alright, yeah, we're on some mixed rolls. I mean, that's encouraging. What's the mint mark on that? It's a tall grass, but it's a filly. I'm trying to keep cash poor, which other people are unfortunately helping me with. I wish I didn't have help, but in some ways I do. And, ooh... That's a decent white mountain. It could be better. Could just be a little better. It's pretty close. It had some scratches. 77 that looks a little two-toned. I hate that. You see them coming up in the roll. They look funny. What's that? Arizona... a little baby dye chip. Yeah, a little bit of one. Actually, that's kind of heavily pronounced. I'm going to keep it. Throw it up here in the stack with everything else. So, I personally, talking to people that I know, I'm already hearing the work's cutting back hours. I see, some stuff slowing. Can't comment on all of that, but you get the idea. 2019, but it's a Denver. So it's not going to be great. And I don't think we have that long. From the way it sounds, people are making moves. There's a really nice... I'm too close on it. But there's a really nice South Dakota. Superb. On all counts. I'm going to keep that one too. Well, yeah, you get money from YouTube. You're monetized. Don't play like you're not. You may not be getting much of anything yet, but wait till the channel starts taking off a little more. And I think you'll be at least compensated for some of your work. Maybe not all of it right away, but you'll get money. You'll get paid. I think it's for them to send a digital payout to your bank, it's $100. So you have to make $100 before they'll send a wire transfer to your bank. Last year, I just dropped off all my taxes because I'm lazy and I'm way behind. But last year, I can't remember what I made. Let's see. Dun, 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 the YouTubes. I wonder if this is going to mess anything up. Oh, look at that. Silver Dragons is live. So, switch account. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Now I gotta go to YouTube Studio. Give me a second. I'm working with it. We got time. Big Flip's not on. Oh, interesting. It tells me that it's my channel's birthday. I think this channel over here is like 5 years old. But I will go to the revenue tab. I will go for the last 3. Well, it's not going to be the last year, but pretty close. Okay, so here is just to let you know. On a dead channel, dead, that I haven't posted to in 2 years. Really, I think I threw a short up on it the other week just to see how it would do. But I haven't posted on this channel for 2 years. I made $682.22 last year. Well, I'm sorry, in the last 365 days. On that channel, I haven't made any additional content. So if I was trying, you can kind of extrapolate how that might look, but you get the idea. So yeah, you get paid. It starts to snowball. You'll see. It just takes time. Let's get back to these quarters and let me get back to the chat. I used to get migraines. They're hell. Got any aspirin? It helps sometimes. Something stronger. Hear that? Who? Yeah. I don't... Because of Flip's stream, usually I don't get on Friday nights like this unless, you know, somebody else isn't on, like Flip streaming or something. But I may have to step away from some of that in the future and just kind of stream whenever I can get on to kind of get through stuff. Like this box that I've been sitting on for like a week. But yeah, it's going to be some interesting times. I think if things go south, the way that everybody is saying things are going south, and at the rate that it sounds like they're going to go, I think silver could be $35 an ounce in like 6 months. I think if everything goes according to the way everyone seems to think that it will, then I think that's probably a conservative estimate. Gold, I said this before, and my LCS kind of laughed at me a little bit. Not like, you know, in anger, just kind of chuckled, I guess. But I told him at the beginning of the year that I was certain gold was going to hit over 2,500 this year, and that's when he laughed. But now, seeing the things that we're seeing, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right on that. You know, the way things are going, these governments are buying up gold at, you know, what is essentially near, you know, the recent high. I mean, gold hasn't been this high in some time for any sustained period. It's a bad time to buy if you're at all skittish about where the market's headed. And they're buying up like crazy, which means they know that in short order, the gold is going to be worth more than either whatever they're buying it with, which may be dollars or currency, whatever, but most likely they know that the gold is going to go up in value substantially over the next, you know, year or two. In other words, it's going to be better to hold gold than, I went back to one of these, and it's another full roll of Illinois. Not my favorite design. I mean, I get what they were trying to do, but still not my favorite design. You know, let's see. Yeah, they're all, I mean, I'm not going to hand flip through all of them, but they all seem to be Philly mint. So, yeah, I'm guessing this guy, whoever, bought rolls. Because they all look about the same as far as condition. So I'm going to gently get these all put back in here. Ooh, that one's got a nice tone on it. It's got that, you can't see on the camera, but it's got that nice, like, almost gunmetal gray look to it. I like those ones. Looks like they've sat in a book or something for a while. Yeah, so we're going to have to do some verification, but I'll try to save these for last. I messed up on this one. I didn't mean to grab it. I forgot. Okay. Josh, good to see you. Welcome in. We do a giveaway. I never send them out, so it doesn't matter, but we can do one. Where were we? I think we were giving out grams last time. Where are my grams? These are getting more and more expensive by the day, it seems. We can do a giveaway for... Okay, I lost one. It's gone forever. Or at least until I get a light down here. What the... I see it. Okay, now Siren, I'm trying. I really am. But we're running out of things that aren't firearms. So, I will raise you a skull, a kangaroo, and the Air Force logo looking thing. So, 3 grams. It's been a while, so I want to make sure I'm decent. This is more silver than is in a silver dime. So, it's substantial. So, we'll fire this up. Let me get over here and start it. Oh, wow. It still had the last one up from the last giveaway. That's crazy. And enter. I mean, if you want. You don't have to. But, okay. So, I'm going to get some of these out here so I can get them out of the way, theoretically. So, there's 5, 10, 12 rolls of suspected collection dump. 15. And the bunch that we already set in here. Okay, I think all the rest of this is good. So we will just set these to the side and probably go through them later. Woo! Almost dropped one. And see what these are, and then if you guys really want, we can try to tally up the box and see how many rolls of AUBU state quarters I have. It's adding up. Okay. 1 minute, 49 seconds left. There are 9 of you in here. Enter for free silver. I mean, it's coming to you in an envelope. It's not going to cost me much. And it's fractional. If the economy does go belly up, you're going to need this. Man, oh man. If I had a business and the economy started, like, you know, wavering, or, you know, things were getting rough, I would totally accept precious metals as a form of payment. I mean, obviously, you'd have to sit there and run some calculations, and you'd have to figure out what they're going to get in return, right, for change, if there were such a thing. But I would do it. I would take payment in precious metals. I mean, you couldn't do it completely, maybe because you still got a business to run, but chances are you're not going to run into it often. Thomas Tone's in, Josh C, Siren, Roadhog. If you win, just send it to me. I'm not going to do that. I haven't, but yeah, Tracy, just, yeah, enter. Hurry up. You got 30 seconds. Tracy, you're all good here. I don't discriminate. Hold on, let me go check if my kids messed with the thermostat. It is like boiling hot. Tracy, enter. Woo. What's going on with the heat? Are your children alive? I don't think they messed with the thermostat, but it's on 72, so I turned it down. It's a little too warm. Here, Tracy, I'll open it back up. Open it back up. Tracy, enter. Please. Mount Hood. Not too nice, though. 77. And, you know, when you're getting a collection dump like this, you're guaranteed that you're not going to find silver. You know, anyone that knows anything about coins ain't going to pass off on the silver. Ooh, look at that one. Okay, so I'm going to move the silver for a second. Look at this. It's a California. I know maybe it's got a little bit of scratches, but it's got that, like, almost antique look. It's kind of cool. Like, it's dirty. I know it's dirt. You know it's dirt, but I really like that. If you ask me, they should antique our coins before they go out. Sometimes the shiny just isn't near as nice. Oh, there's a really pretty Arizona. Nothing on the cactus, though. Tracy, did you get in? Tracy, you're killing me. Where is she? Oh, no space. Exclamation giveaway. Wait, right? Yeah. Exclamation giveaway space 5. You put the space by the exclamation point. Try it one more time. Tracy's over here being difficult. Oh, that's interesting. I think it saw like a grinder or something. You know? Like, you see how much of that wing is gone over here? And how it's just like ground flat? But not completely, though. That's weird. It's just an 87, Washington. Did she get it? Did she get it? What everybody else is putting in, Tracy. Copy everybody else. Well, now Siren's in. Game over. Silver and Cigars is in. That'll be a first-time winner. Welcome in, by the way. I know you've been here for a minute. I'm just distracted with quarters and everything else. You'll learn this is normal. These are how these live streams go. Dog love, making sure my kids are still alive, all that stuff. Okay, Tracy's in. I'm closing entries. Thank you all for your entries. And we will pick the winner. Ha! Silver and cigars. Look at that. So, I'm off my game, people. Where's my bag of bags? Haha. Come on. I don't need a big one. There you go. I was talking with Constitutional earlier, and he and I were talking, and he's like, I gotta put some stuff away. I have too much stuff laying out. And I'm like, I have more stuff laying out than I would like to admit. I probably need to buy another safe. And if I recall from the live stream, Silver and Cigars, you're not super far. I'm in Ohio too. So this shouldn't take that long to get to you when I get my lazy behind up off to the post office, which will probably be tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day to do a lot of stuff. I got to get the lawnmower out and get it up and ready for service and mow the grass, mail these things out to all you fine people. It's going to be a busy day. How did you win? The chatbot picked you. Chatbot picked you, and you won. There's no fighting it now. It's official. Oh. Donna, it is good to see you. I know you've been in here for a while too. Yeah, but as I was saying earlier on the ADD live stream, food, water, food, I don't have the space. I did have a lot of long-term storage before I moved here. I don't have a lot of space here. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but I don't. Not to where I can store it and it be safe. You know what I mean? So, I'm a little low on my food reserves, but I've made some change. I'd be all right for a little while. But water, I do not currently have a very good backup system for. So I need to get some of that. And then those light bulbs that we talked about on the last live stream, I'm going to probably order at least a couple of those just so I have some light if something should happen. Now, here's this Denali. Okay, and somebody... Hold on. I can't see my stuff right. And I clicked on the wrong thing, and now it's... There, that's a little better. Okay, hold on. So, someone said there's like a doubling on the neck of the ram. I guess it would be like right in there in between the horn and the neck. I can't say that I've ever seen it, but they claim it exists. But yeah, water, I think I need to come up with some. Again, storage is not the best, but I can always like supplement with, you know, some life straws and some stuff like that. There is a river near me, but you just never know. I mean, I don't think it's going to get that bad, but like, I have to go back and look at like how bad Venezuela was when their currency collapsed. I don't think it was pretty. And they don't have as many guns as we do. So, yeah, just take stock of what you have, you know, precious metals or otherwise, and see what you need. Buying another 10-ounce bar or another couple rounds might not be the wisest purchase that you could make right now, based on, you know, what you have on hand or where you live and all of those factors. So yeah, take a look around. Listen to Constitutional. If you were a chick, I'd have to ban you, but because you're not, I'm gonna let it slide unless the ladies are offended. It's pretty bad, but I'm right there with you. Except everything on me just seems to go to my stomach. I'm getting tired of it. Like all of my extra weight. Maybe I get like a little thicker in general, but everything else just goes directly to my stomach. It's annoying. All right, river. Dun, 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 dun. Die chip? No. Well, I almost see something, but it's probably not enough. No, it's just the light. It's right there where the back meets. I think it's that shadow right there that I was seeing. Looked a little funny. I'm not allowed. Well, the chatbot hasn't banned you, but then again, I don't have it on those kinds of moderator privileges over here. I think we do pretty good. Actually, I'm pretty lucky. I think the first couple times I've done streams over here, I got a couple of those scammers in talking about, like, I don't know, sexy girls this or that or whatever it is that they do. But fingers crossed. It's been quite a while before we've even had that going on. So I'm small enough to be under the radar. That's how I like it. I like easy, no problems. Now here's it's off struck just a bit, not enough to be anything, but just slightly off on the rim on the obverse. Now these I don't think came from the collector, but what's weird, what are you doing, sir?
We're doing an experiment.
Oh, you're doing, oh, he's breaking out the crazy toys. Experiment with what, sir?
Creatures.
Do what?
I made an invisible creature reactor paw.
Okay,
And an invisible toy inside.
okay. Well, I hear the water, so if we make a mess, we clean it up, right?
Right.
Copy. So here's a Nebraska. It's got some clash marks there from a coin right there. But other than that, it looks really good. See, that's what I don't understand is it almost looks like this guy mixed some of his stuff got mixed in with like other quarters. That's why I'm trying to check them well, because how old was that Nebraska? 2006? Yeah, you really shouldn't be finding a whole bunch of BU looking Nebraskas lying around. What about Troy? What about it? I tried to mail you some cases of water from Sam's Club. It wouldn't let me. Oh, Donna. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't let you. That's weird. Oh, you know what it is? It probably is that they don't want you sharing your membership with other people. Right? Theoretically, I wouldn't be paying for a membership. I get that it's a gift, and you know it's a gift, but to them, it's cheating them out of membership fees, I guess? Maybe. I mean, that's on the far side of conspiracy theory, but that's about the only thing I could think of. Why it wouldn't let you ship it somewhere. But rest assured, I'll get some cases of water. I'll actually add that to the list of things to do tomorrow. Ooh, there's a Bessie Coleman. Okay, we gotta look at this one. And it's in really good shape. Well, really good is debatable. If I say really good shape, that means almost nothing. Okay, hold on. Let's get the light off of it a bit. Closer in. Alright. So, there was something on the plane. I see a little die chip maybe there at the end of the plane wing. I mean, you're talking tiny, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's a die chip. And then there's an Incuse, I know from Frostbite, on the FC right there. But I don't see anything weird. All of that looks fine. There was something with her glasses. Oh, is there a die chip on her glasses? No, that's her finger. Okay, no, I think we're good. Nothing. And the other side's fine. You gotta watch the new ones when they come out because you never know. 2019, but it's a P. 2019, but it's a Denver.
Time for Daily Meds.
Time for the what?
Your Daily Meds. Chicken.
No, you got to show them what you're talking about. Otherwise, they just think I'm senile. It's got like this giant squirter with water in it. Are you gonna be a proctologist when you grow up?
Yes.
Yes. It's on the internet, so it must be true. Poor guy. Oh, hi, Carrie. Welcome in. I am slowly sorting through. What's left is about a half a box of quarters. They're customer wrapped. These ones I don't know where they came from. And then I have another half a box of what look like a collection dump of rolls of state quarters. So we'll look at those a little later. But for now, we are sorting through the quarters that we have. My overhead cam isn't working, so I apologize for that. Lots of 2020s in here, but no W's. Lots of 2020s. That's weird. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know what he's doing. I almost rather would not know. Yeah, see, that's weird. It must not be a die chip then, because look, it's on this one too. I feel 2 in a row with the same small die chip seems odd. What is that? Is it damage? Come on, light. Yeah, that's damage. It's like a strike. Okay. I think we're good. Anyhow, I've been looking. Some people, I don't know why they would be, but I've seen a couple deals on junk silver, but then I've also seen people getting crazy. I saw a listing, I'm not going to say where, for a book with some half dollars in it. Now, some of them were walkers, some of them were Benjis. None of them looked like they were in good shape. None of them were key dates or any of this. I didn't see anything special in it, and it was, let's see, the first page was 12, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 20 walkers or so, and the dude wanted like six or 700 for him. I don't read the post, so like I don't know exactly where he was at with price. I just know what it, like the listing said, and it already had it crossed out, and he was haggling a bit, but he's just a little on the crazy side, I think. But some people are trying to thought I saw something weird on the end, but that's just a strike, I think. Some people are trying to cash in on the perceived silver shortage that some people are reporting in the high demand and charging an arm and a leg for silver in general, but I think constitutional is been hard to find for some people. I haven't actually been to my coin guy in, I think, almost 2 weeks. So I don't know what he has. He never usually has a whole bunch of constitutional. I'd say the most I've ever seen him with was probably in the neighborhood of like $500 or $600 of, not face, of value at the time. So a decent amount, but never really like Constitutional's LCS Harry. There's so much stuff in his cases. I never see stores like that around here. Nobody has that much silver. It's nuts. Or if they do, they're hiding it in the back. It's the only thing I can think of. I found a book of strange coins, other countries, that my ex forgot to steal. Well, fuck that guy. But that could be cool. Look them up. What's that one app? Somebody can help me. The Coin ID app thing, where you can like take a picture of it. But anyhow, there's an app like that. And you can look them up. It will probably be one of the fastest ways. What is that? Carrie subscribed? Yes. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. Yeah, chat words is covering up my dinosaur that's hopping all happy. That sucks. See if I can move it down. Where is that? Alert box. Done. Oh, no, I'm moving the wrong things. Hold on. I got this. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I think that'll work. So, yeah, there's a coin app. Coinoscope, maybe. That might be it. But take pictures, because a lot of foreign coins that you may not suspect are actually silver. Some countries kept making silver coins, I think even up into like the mid-70s. You just gotta check. And even if not, you might have something that's actually worth a little bit. And it's good. I'm not saying you're sitting on a gold mine, Excuse me. Hi, Mira. Hi. Ah. But it's always good to try to know what you have, right? In case a situation does come up or whatever. That way you could go, okay, the average coins in this book are worth, a quarter a piece. Who knows? And so then you can go, okay, I would take $100 for this whole coin album, just to have a ballpark in case somebody ever did throw you an offer or something like that, or you wanted to sell it to see, to get the money out of it. At least you would know at that time kind of what, at least a general idea of what you're sitting on. Now, I say that, and I don't even know what's all in my collection. But when the time comes, I would have a way to figure that out. But I just buy stuff. I think I gave up on there being a whole lot of rhyme or reason. I just see shiny, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy that. And then I pay for it, and then I put it away, and I forget about it. And then a couple months later, I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, that's really cool. I forgot I even bought that. Or you buy another one thinking you don't have one, and then turns out you already got one, or two, or three. I'm really excited. I should advertise this. I did not change the chat word to anything. Try to sell the coins to buy a gun. Siren, are you strapped? Are you strapped, Siren? Aren't you in a very liberal place? Are you even allowed to be strapped legally? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. That could be used against you. Anyhow, yes, that's a very good idea. In general, I'm speaking in general, and under safe guidelines and safe storage and all of those things. I got one. It's never far. It's right there. My kids frighten me because normally they're so quiet. And then when they're running around making noise and doing stuff and getting in the fridge, I get concerned. Most of the time, it's all these electronic devices. And it's normally pretty quiet. But now it seems like it's ice cream time. I have to keep a stock of ice cream. Cones, ice cream sandwiches, bins of ice cream. When I was a kid, I remember that being one of the highlights. Because we did not often have it. And when we did, it was like awesome. So I've tried to spoil them a little bit and kind of keep it so that it's a, when they want it, it's there. Yes. Yes. Get the, I forget what they called the Super Soakers. I think there was like some kind of like a pre-leading something. SP maybe? I don't know. But I remember like the 150 early on was like one of the bigger guns before they started getting like completely crazy with it. And I remember like having one of those and I was like, oh, it's the 150. Those things were fun. The guy that made those was like some kind of engineer or something. And kind of not discovered them by accident, but kind of like, oh, water under pressure, it squirts, cool. Then he was like, oh, I can make a water gun out of that. And then boom. But yeah, ammo. I haven't looked at ammo in a while. I stocked up around the, the thing. When it was hard to. I remember I had a buddy who lived in Kentucky, and he had just bought something. And I had everything I had. And we were both looking for the same caliber, but we couldn't find anything anywhere. I found some slightly sketchy website I had never heard of or used that said they had stuff, but they only had like the larger amounts. And I said, hey man, you need some, I need some, let's buy this and split it. And he's like, yeah, but I'm down here, you're up there. I'll drive down there and I'll meet you. In the middle of all the craziness, I drove down. We met halfway in some like parking lot of like an Applebee's or something, and did that transaction and kind of hung out BS. We couldn't go anywhere because all the restaurants and everything were closed. But we did that just to shore up a little bit because you couldn't find anything anywhere. And those times may come around again. I don't know what it looks like now, but I gotta imagine that if silver and gold are flying off the shelves, other metals, so to speak, are as well, I would imagine. Grinder. What are you talking about Grinder for? You can, yeah, it can be a pain, but you can, to some places. I hear New York is a little rough. It was a story about like a lady who flew there with one, was fine, landed fine, stayed at her hotel, did whatever she was there to do, and then went to leave, and all of a sudden it was a problem, and they tried to arrest her or charge her with something. If I recall correctly. Take anything I say with a grain of salt, piece of bread, and some hot sauce, because my memory's not always that good, but that's the gist of it. New York can be a pain. Well, I think most of us try to stay out of certain parts of the country for some of those reasons. Kids are wrapping up their spring break. They only have about 7 more weeks of school left. And then they will be free to do the summer thing. I'm kind of excited about that. This year has flown by. And on my deathbed, I am going to get very angry about the pandemic, because it felt like up until then, right? Up until about then, like, time went by, but it felt like manageable. I knew it was going by. Months sometimes, like, felt like they took forever, right? Now, it's like, oh, something's 3 months away. Boom. It's 3 months later, and there it is. It's here. The time has come. Like, time just disappears. The last thing I really remember, I just bought this place. I was getting everything set up for school, getting all that going, and da-da-da. Like, I mean, I knew I was busy, so that kind of makes it worse, but ever since then, like 2020, time just works different. It just disappears so fast. And like this whole year, I was like, oh, I got a year, to plan and make my next moves and do the things that I do in my free time. Almost none of that's happened, because on a day-to-day, I'm exhausted or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I still got time, and then all of a sudden there's no time left. Like, a year's gone by. My daughter's another year older. I'm facing another school year right around the corner. It's nuts. I don't know if it's just me getting old. I thought when you got old, time was supposed to, like, slow down a little bit. Doesn't seem to be. It seems to be speeding up. And I'm upset about it because I'm already 40. Fingers crossed I got another 40 in me, but that's only if I can walk. If I can't walk or care for myself, take me out back and put me down. I don't want to be like that. You found a Delaware spitting horse? I still haven't found one of those at all. I've seen them, digitally, but I've never seen one in person, and I've never found one. It's like a hair stuck to me. It ain't mine. So, yes. Pick your head up out of the sand. I know most of us are light years ahead of the general public. So, but literally get out there and look around. Like, I've seen people on the finance side, people on the real estate side, like people on the commodity side. Like, everyone is literally calling for some bad news quick. So 6 months, hopefully 6 months. Fingers crossed. That'd give us a little bit of time. But again, I mean, who knows how bad it's going to get. I think retail, of course, we're already starting to see some of that. Service, what I said before, a while back on another stream, truckers, a lot of them, there was a boom during 2020 and subsequently that is essentially going to not go away, but there's not going to be as much demand, right? So some of that's going to go away. So jobs are going to be affected there. And this, like, we've already seen the tech sector start to get gutted at various different companies. I saw an article, and this is funny. It was a recruiter, like a, candidate recruiter for Meta, or Facebook, but Meta. So there was a recruiter, and the recruiter said in an interview they weren't expected to hire anyone or really do anything for the first year because the company was on a hiring freeze. So this person got paid like something ridiculous, like $150,000 that year to almost literally do nothing. Not, at least not in like terms of her actual job or the work that they were supposed to do or whatever. Got paid for nothing. Which is rare, but the problem is if they need a recruiter or somebody suddenly leaves, like that's kind of a position that you kind of have to keep on the payroll. They have to be up to speed and ready to go if something does happen or shift. And in their case, it sounds like it just never did. But that's not going to happen for a lot of people. This is the fallout of what happens when you have bad policy and you're giving away free money for a couple of years that you're printing out of thin air. We all knew the writing was on the wall. I think most of us were hopeful that it wasn't going to be so bad, that they would kind of find a way to not skirt the system, but not make it hurt so bad. But then they just keep doubling down on stupid things again and again. And now we've pissed everybody else off to where they don't want to deal with us anymore, and they're going to pull the dollar from being the world reserve currency very shortly. Bessie Coleman. See, that one's got that little piece too. It's odd. I don't even know what that would be. Maybe it's supposed to be one of those poles sticking through the wing, but I don't know. Glasses, the writing, FC. I got my light turned up too high, but I don't see anything. We'll pass it along. Oh, Ruler is here. He stopped in for a minute. I didn't see him before. Well, Ruler, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by nonetheless. Appreciate you hanging out. It was good to see you. But, yeah, so I don't know, everybody. Just check out some news articles, watch some TikToks. Double check any of the information that you get, but it does not look good. Oh, 2019 is a W. No. It's hopeful. And then my hopes were smashed. 2019. No. No. Alright. We're batting 1,000. We're almost there. We got 13 rolls left of actual searchable quarters. I have a box of nickels too, but we're not going to get into that tonight. Been here for a half hour. You know how I do things. I just rant. My top camera's not working. It says it is. Little green lights on and everything, but Streamlabs won't pick it up. I've removed it and brought it back in, and it's having some kind of technical problem, so I'm working without it. If I see anything interesting, I will throw it on the coin cam. And you will know, because I will scream like a little girl. But, for now, it's been pretty normal. Arizona. Anything on the cactus? No. Yeah, water. And some of those light bulbs. I need to get some of those light bulbs. Because that is super cool. A regular, like, I don't know what that fitting is called for a screw-in light bulb. Standard light bulb? I don't know. But a standard light bulb with even a small battery backup built in is genius. And only possible because of the LED technology, but still. Very cool. Okay. Nothing in that roll either. I haven't got to do any pennies lately. I had a little bit, like a half a box or something. I let Sarah do those for me. But I haven't got to do anything. I will say, those, and I didn't do this on video either, those 5,000 wheats, I sorted them by year just so I could know kind of what I was working with. And I have rolls of those for sale on eBay. Sold a couple so far, but I'm just randomly grabbing them. I'm trying to be fair about it, but you can only be so fair because the 50s are heavy in volume compared to everything else. But I put some of those together for sale on eBay. Not too bad. Whatever I don't sell, I'll eventually keep, but I figured if anybody was interested, I would put them up. Like I said, so far I've sold a couple. They're fun, though. It's really upsetting, though, to, like, look through a whole bag of wheats like that, because then you go back to hunting regular pennies, and you don't see nearly as many, and it makes you sad. Oh, that's a river turn. So far, uneventful on the quarters. But with them being customer wrapped and us not knowing exactly where they came from, I guess that's not completely surprising. I don't expect to find silver like I did that last round, we found a silver quarter. That was a miracle. I think we were just chugging along and just happened. There just was. I don't even think we had a whole lot of good finds in there. But with the price of silver being up, everybody... Oh, there's an Ohio that looks like it's seen some things. Like a dryer coin of sorts. It's all like faded and the rim's gone. The back's the same way. It's got some heavy gouges in it. Strange. Not strange enough to keep though. Bicentennial. Set that aside. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people coin roll hunting now if they can get them from the bank. Yeah, Sarah had a much nicer box in that video than I did. She just got lucky. She just got lucky. But no, I will say, it seems, and I know by law of, relativity, this isn't possible, but it seems like if I let her open the box and search it, it has more stuff in it. I don't know how, but like I'll open a box or 2 boxes, do them on my own. Yeah, they'll be all right. I'll find a couple of things, but nothing to write home about. She'll open a box and there's like a 1912 or a 1909 or, just whatever. Really nice examples, BU. It's just nuts. Like, she just seems to have better luck with the boxes. So, in a lot of cases, I let her do the pennies. Huh. So, yeah, I got some videos that I'm probably going to make here shortly. Tomorrow, I know, is going to be at least one of them. I'll put that out soon. I'll try to edit it and throw it together pretty quick. I don't want to lose my shot. What the heck are you? A really beat up 1965, like scraped and like smashed and grime and I don't know. It's interesting. But I'm not super concerned on the real estate side, but I will say I have a little more exposure than probably most people with having multiple mortgages. So that's kind of concerning. I'm not super concerned. I'm sure I will, manage. But it's never a good thing. I don't want my real estate to, like, substantially drop in value. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think anyone's predicted that to happen. But there's a Hawaii volcano. And it's in pretty decent shape. Not the greatest. There's some like nicks right here on his neck and it's circulated. But I keep them all because they're just gorgeous. And kind of on the rare side. At least over here in the Midwest, I don't see them a lot. So I'm going to keep it. I think in like MS63 maybe, they're a 50-cent quarter, but it's not worth grading. your credit union removed the coin machines, like the ones that would count for you, Donna? Because I've never had those. But if I did, I'm sure I would want them. Okay. Removed. That's odd. That's odd. I mean, I wouldn't think, but devil's advocate, maybe they were paying to have the machines there, and it was no longer lucrative. People weren't using them. You know, again, devil's advocate, but that's still odd. Somebody I saw on a TikTok or whatever, and I don't swipe on TikTok. If I say TikTok, it's, you know, TikTok, YouTube Reels, whatever, Facebook or YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, whatever, the short form. Saw a short form video where somebody claimed they had an Ike dollar, and somebody claimed that their bank wouldn't take it. Wouldn't let them turn it in and deposit it for $1, exchange it, whatever they were trying to do. Wouldn't take an Ike dollar. It's legal currency. Just like I told that story last time where Walgreens would not take rolls of half dollars. They're gonna kill each other. They're gonna kill each other. And I don't want to watch. I'm kind of busy, but I don't want to watch. I do what my parents did, and I yell at them from afar with threats of violence if they don't quiet down. It worked for me. I don't think it works on them as well, but here's a really worn Cumberland Gap? That's weird. Like, it looks almost like a barber, but almost. You know, it's a pale comparison, but you get my idea. It's just funny because what people don't realize is there's just no relief on these coins. And relief is basically the amount of depth that they're struck into, and there's just not much. So when they start to wear, and I think I've said this before in the past, when they start to wear, they'll be slick, like real easy, real soon. It's not going to take much on these modern quarters to turn them into, you know, AG 2s and 3s. Because there's just no relief. Nothing. They're very superficial strikes. I didn't do that. Never even happened. I caught him. Now, any bets on how long currency is going to last because of CBDCs coming out? Now, I know it's not going to be right away, but I'm saying we will see the loss of physical currency, at least in the majority of form, within, like, I'm going to say conservatively, like 5 years. think they're going to start doing what like Canada's done. Let's get rid of the penny. Let's get rid of the nickel. Let's round up to a dime. When honestly, I wish they'd just get rid of the dime. Let's round up. Let's just do quarters. I know as a coin collector, blasphemy, I know. But like, if we're going to do that, and they're going to do it anyway, dimes are useless. I don't like them. They're too small. They get lost real easy. I don't see a reason to keep them either. So if we're going to do it, let's just go to quarters. And even then, nobody will carry them. So I really think coinage is on the chopping block. Bills, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's ask the Google. Hey Google, how much does it cost to print a $1 bill? Oh, you're not giving me any. It disappeared. Why did it disappear? Okay, Google. How much does it cost the United States to print a $1 bill? Okay. Okay, so here's the breakdown. $1 bill and $2 bills are 7.5 cents per note. $5 bill, 12.7 cents per note. $10 bill, 12.4 cents per note. $20 bill, 13.8 cents per note. And it does not have the $100 bill on here, but I'm guessing, going by this, it'd be closer to like 15 or 20 cents a note. So we still have lots of wiggle room there, but that's because it's not real money. It's Monopoly. So I guess that's still lucrative for them, but they could get rid of... Okay, let's try this. Okay, Google. How much does the U.S. government spend making currency each year? Okay, so the 2022 currency operating budget of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, which, the people, 1,060 million. I don't like the way they gave me that number, but that's what it is. So, $1,060 million into just making the money each year. That could go to use in a lot of places. They're going to want to cut that. Now that I don't know. I will say, technically, American Silver Eagles are currency. So I don't know if it's including that in here. Because if it's including that in here, then on some of that, they make a profit. And I'm sure it's not enough to offset completely. But you get the idea. So that's still a lot of money that they could save, or save at least a portion of it, by not printing money. And I think, especially like once this FedNow thing really takes off, and I said this, I think I said it to Constitutional in a conversation, or maybe on another live stream. I think your bank, at some point, I think early on it's going to be more of an elective process for the FedNow payment system that they're bringing out. But I think in the future, whole banks will be sending out notices, hey, as of this date, we're gonna operate through the FedNow payment system, and Maybe you get a chance to opt out. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But, like, for instance, you know those, like, secondary energy supplier things? It's companies that want to sell you electricity somehow cheaper than the people that are already selling you electricity, which makes 0 sense. On the same wires, makes no sense, but whatever. Okay. So they want to do this. Like, I never really messed with it. It's not that I don't like saving money, it's just a hassle. It always seems like something. I just never did it. Well, I got a letter from my town the other day, and it basically said, probably due to, I don't know what, they were just changing over the whole town. So they basically said, unless, now they did give you the option to opt out. I don't know why you would on that, but you were saving money theoretically on the surface. And they said, you know, we're on this date, we're changing to this supplier as a city. If you want to opt out, you have that opportunity. You must do so by a certain date, whatever. But they basically came in and did it for us, which, I don't know. On that one, I'm not that upset. Maybe I'll save some money. But on something like the FedNow payment system, you know, I'm sure they know most of what I'm doing. A lot of my stuff is through my card and can be tracked on a bank. But there's plenty of things that I do with cash that I don't, you know, they don't know about. And, you know, honestly, I don't feel like they should. If I feel like I want to go blow my kid's college fund on the casino, so be it. I don't need the government paper trail so everybody knows later that that's where I spent $20,000 over the course of 4 years, you know, whatever have you. Now that's a bad example, but you get my drift. If I want to go buy precious metals, and here's going to be a thing, coin dealers, what are they going to do? You know, because right now it's going to be the banks. But eventually, somebody's gonna do it. Everybody always does, you know. Somebody's just waiting to step up. It's gonna be one of these little kiosk payment systems like Square or whoever the other ones are that do these POS systems that are gonna go, oh, we're directly linked to the Fed now. We're directly linked, so everything you enter in goes into the record, and they're settled instantly with their payment system. Blah blah blah. So, is it going to require them to put in information? Who just gave you this cash for this thing? You know, like, we're getting into some very weird area. And I feel like it's been a few couple years of conspiracy theorists being a little too correct at times. Not completely, but you get the idea. Like, you know, people were like, oh, you know, this is the case, everybody says so, you're an idiot. That turns out not. You know, oh no, the government wouldn't lie to you. Yeah, I think you're crazy if you believe that. That's just me. You know, I'm sure some parts of it mean to do well or try to do well, but on a whole, I don't think we've gotten the whole story for anything major for decades. I think we're getting fed the public version of whatever they want to say. Uh-oh. All right, see you later, Shy Guy. But yeah, so I don't know. The payment systems and things are going to be very interesting to see how they develop over the next couple of years. The CBDCs, I'm still kind of confused because if we're settling payments digitally, I don't know why you need a CBDC. if you're settling payments digitally and instantly, again, not saying I would prefer to use that system, but let's just say you were, I don't understand the need for CBDC on top of that or next to that or integrate. I don't, because theoretically, the CBDC would already do that. So there's a whole bunch of unanswered questions at this point, and it's going to be a weird couple of years. Just rest assured. I talked to my neighbor, and he seems to think that the value of the dollar is going to go down so far that, standing debt is not going to matter as much anymore. Now, again, I don't advise this, but in theory, what his point is he said, basically, the value of the dollar, we think, is about to plummet, right? So, it's like shorting stock or anything else, kind of. So his theory is, he goes, if you have all these people, because they've been talking about it, everybody's racked up, like tons and tons of debt from COVID, the pandemic and everything else. Consumers are in more debt than ever, blah, blah, blah. Well, his theory is everybody's in this debt. The value of the dollar drops, theoretically. There's a lot of things that have to happen for this to even be okay. But the value of the dollar drops, and so then, assuming that you're still employed and you're still not completely underwater or whatever, and things go up like inflation and everything already kind of are and probably still will, then it's going to be somewhat easier to pay back that money as time goes forward because the value of the dollar is getting to be less and less. So, like, your jobs have to pay you more to keep you, to be enticing to the market, and all of these other things. So, not instantaneously, not overnight, but over the long haul of trying to pay back that debt, he's saying maybe not the worst thing that could happen. And I don't agree with it completely, but I see where he's coming from. And it's not 100% right, but it's not 100% wrong either. I wouldn't advise it, but, credit card debt, if the value of the dollar goes down, would be ever so slightly more manageable, assuming that you could still make those payments. So he has a fair point. But he said his theory was some of this might be, not maybe by design, but, kind of helping some of these people get out of the debt that they're in, or at least manage it. He goes, inflation, like, everybody wants to fight against it, but he goes, we can't go back to, like, a decent wage being, $10, $12 when, we've already got this far. If you try to go back to that, people will be underwater for longer, trying to pay back the debts that they have or trying to make their car payments, because those levels aren't going to change with inflation. The interest rates might, but it's not going to change the basis of the loan. Or like houses. There's a lot of people, decent amount, that are not going to sell their houses for like 30 years because they're locked in on a low interest rate that they'd be stupid to sell. Like, they just would be. I mean, unless something crazy happens to them and they just must sell. Most of those houses aren't going to be on the market for 20, 30 years until they're probably almost paid off or completely paid off. Because with the rates at where they're at now, I mean, it makes no sense. Because even if you... to really beat up Arizona. Even if you make a bunch of money off the sale, then you have to go buy a house in this market at these interest rates, which is not easy. I did it last year. I kind of got lucky, but I didn't get my pick. There wasn't a very good market by the time I got around to purchasing, as far as what was available, and so I kind of had to take from what the available stock was, and it's not bad. It's this house here that I'm in. Hindsight, I probably paid too much for it. Not by leaps and bounds, but by a little bit. Yeah, I saw something the other day. They said Social Security is like, the fund was like literally about to run out or something. Again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I read things, high level information, I kind of skim them. I don't think, unless I'm enthralled or doing research, I don't put a lot of attention into anything I do, I guess, at times. And so I read the article, but I don't remember all of it. But yeah, they said like Social Security is about to, like, literally finally its clock is about to tick up. What does that look like? What are we gonna do there? Like we all, like, you can't really let that fail. But we all know, based on it, on the numbers and everything else, like at some point it's going to. But then what do we do for those people who are supposed to be on Social Security? These are questions for people that are supposed to be smarter than me. The problem is, people smarter than me have gotten us into this position. So there's that. But I don't know. They made it sound like that was right around the bend too. And that's a scary notion because there's a lot of people on Social Security. Okay, Google. How many people in the United States are currently on Social Security? Not the insured. Okay. Okay, Google. How many people are currently drawing Social Security benefits in the United States? Google. Okay. 69.1 million people receive benefits from the programs administered by the SSA, and that was 2019. And in 2019, 5.7 million, I'm guessing of the 69.1 million, were new awarded recipients. So that's how many people were coming on board. That's a lot. How many people are in America? Isn't it like 400 or 500 million or something? It's not a billion, I know that. It's in the hundreds of millions, I think. That's a pretty substantial portion of people on Social Security. I have to do some research. Maybe I'll put that into a video too. As far as when the Social Security is going to run out and how long I think, or, well, I guess rather the experts think that we have. That's a yikes moment too. So that's my problem. I guess I've had my head not in the sand, but I've been making videos or doing a whole lot the last couple of weeks. And I've been watching things and I've just been kind of seeing this play out. Some of it. And I've seen a lot. I lived through 2008. You know, I saw 9/11. Granted, I was in different positions in life at those times, but, you know, I saw these things. And everything still, for the most part, kind of kept chugging along. 2008 was real rough, but, you know, a lot of hard times for a lot of people kind of kept chugging on. I mean, on the macro view, not, you know, not crazy, not calamity status. Bad, very bad for a lot of people, but not the worst thing possible. You know, not Hollywood movie status. Um, but on this, it just seems like this. I mean, fingers crossed that, and I hope it doesn't, and somehow we find some other way than printing money to try to get through it. But it just seems like there's so many fragile pieces, you know, on the board at the moment. And like we've been talking about CBDCs, we've been talking about, you know, the dollar being pulled from the world reserve currency status. I don't think any of us thought it was going to come this quick. I mean, this whole announcement by the BRICS nations and all these other countries, they didn't come out of nowhere, but they came out of left field. Like we knew things were being talked about. We knew, you know, oh yeah, you know, maybe they're blowing smoke, who knows what. But to see it all start happening, and we still have other very large problems that we're dealing with, is just a bad situation. We are almost done with these quarters. I got 3 rolls left. Um, that's my main concern. I don't think it's, you know, not time to get into a bunker or anything like that yet, but there's too much going on for it not to be, I think, a substantial problem for a lot of reasons. You know, there's just too much stuff in the delicate balance right now that's already kind of on the edge, and I feel like we're about to get kind of like pushed over the edge. And the other thing that bothers me is a lot of times historically, it seems like when big bad things happen, sometimes, or the economy's in like a huge slump, like there's like conflicts break out from that, and that can not fix the economy, but war certainly helps an economy to some level. So I kind of wonder like where that might play in, because we already have Russia doing whatever Russia's doing, and China, you know, has already been on a lot of, you know, watch list. I mean, you got the balloon thing, which may or may not have been serious. Who knows what we're being told. But you got all these things going on, too, there. Too much at once. I know, I'm way off topic on this, but I really think, like, don't listen to me. Go watch some stuff, look at some things, you know. Whatever news you get, see what people are saying, whoever you actually trust to provide you with good information, and then, you know, make up your judgment. But like I said, I've been looking at everything. Real estate, finance, investment, stock markets, bonds. The reason why the banks are failing is because the interest rates keep going up. I mean, that's one of the reasons. And so, based on that, if it continues, you know, more banks are going to fail, which, again, just exacerbates the problem, causes more problems. We're like a hop, skip, and a jump. Like it's funny to me at this point that we haven't seen more bank runs because I don't know what people are thinking. Like I mean, it makes sense. Nobody wants to panic, and I get that, but I have as little cash in the bank as I can manage. You know, I gotta pay bills and do those things, but I don't have a lot in there right now, on purpose and by design. Some of it is in other assets, metals and whatnot, but some of it's just not in there for the reason of not being in there. I don't like dollars. I have a bad feeling about them right now, but I'm not going to keep them in the bank so that I have access to them. It's a weird situation. Alright, we're down to our last roll. And then we can call this quits. It's already 10:30. I can't believe these kids have been this good throughout this whole process. They've actually been rather well behaved. Nothing real major. We found a couple decent looking quarters I kept just because they were in good shape. And the one pronounced die chip on the Arizona, which I have a few of those. None I don't think that pronounced, and by pronounced I mean the amount that it's sticking up off the coin, not the amount of the initials that it's covering. So, pretty good there. But with this, oh, there's a really nice looking bicentennial, but it's got a scratch right across his face. You can see it there. I mean, it's worn. I'm not saying that, but just a big scratch right across his face. We'll set that aside. Looks like all stacked copper. I mean, and that actually, if you stack industrial copper, don't buy the rounds and the stuff at a coin shop. Buy, if you're going to do it, buy like industrial copper. I don't know, 10, 15 pound bars, what you know, whatever you can get your hands on. That's not a bad idea. Let me go. Children, what are you doing? What are you doing? Display screen. Okay, let me see if I can pull this over. Did that work? Why did that not work? Ha! Now it'll work. Okay, so if we go to metals, let's look at the copper price charts. Okay, so I got it on a 12-month chart. So each one of these is a year, and it looks like they really didn't start keeping track on this one until 99. So we are currently sitting at $4, and I want to say this is by the pound. It's not by the ounce. Don't quote me. I'd have to do more research. But it's not raised that much this year. It had a low 371. It's been as high as 432-ish. 435 maybe. I mean, it might not be a bad investment. You just gotta, like, watch it. I think everything's kind of gonna go up. But its all-time high, according to this chart, is around $5. It's at 4 now. I think if we have a run on commodities like gold and silver, I mean, I don't think copper's going to go up nearly as much, but it's going to go up. It's just a matter of by how much. Some of it may suffer, though, because it's a heavy industrial use metal. So if industry suffers, the demand over there is going to suffer, and so then Yeah, that's kind of a two. But unless industry just completely has like a rough year, I think it would still be somewhat stable. Yeah, but if you're gonna buy industrial. Don't buy rounds and stuff. You're never gonna get the premiums out of those things. Or at least I won't say never, but it's gonna be real hard because you're buying like an ounce of silver for like $3 when, assuming I'm right on what I said, a pound of silver is like $4 of the industrial, just like a bar of silver. Theoretically, lots of theoretical talk there, but yeah. So we'll be done with that, and we'll get back to the hunt. Sorry about that. Sidetracked, but yeah, I mean copper's not horrible. I have a lot of copper. I save the pennies. Copper pennies. So I can't really sell those, but that's the other reason why I say if you're going to stack copper, buy the industrial. There's a really nice Alabama. Really nice. I hit the scope. The light's reflecting off his nose. That's why that looks like that. What in the world are you doing?
He's playing with his blender gun.
Okay, can we not do whatever you're making thousands of decibels of noise with? Maybe.
Okay, I'll do it in the bathroom at the dark room.
Because I can play my bass guitar while you're sleeping, if that'll make you feel better. These kids. So yeah, that's really nice. Actually, super nice. It's got a little chatter, but I'm going to set it aside. I'll make a decision later on that. It's really nice. Maybe I'll put it in my tube of Alabamas that I'll have eventually with these state quarters. High Plains Drifter, welcome in. Look, buy and don't sell copper ain't worth the premium. Get boxes and pennies. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. You'd always get pennies, yeah, and separate out the copper. That's my preferred method. But if you're really going to, like you're trying to acquire quicker, large bars and things would be the way to go. Like industrial, you don't want to buy the premium stuff. You'll never see that. Even like the Geiger copper bars. Let me see if I can find one of those. Who's gonna have that? I feel pretty good on SD. SD will probably have that. Okay. Wow. Huh. Maybe I'm wrong on that. $4. Maybe that's different. Because on SD, like just okay, I'm looking at Anonymous Mint, and I'm not saying this is industrial grade. Obviously, it's a little on the regular side, but they want $149 for a 10-pound bar of copper. They want $25 for a 1-pound bar of copper. They want $10 for a 5-ounce. Now, those are engraved and stuff. They're not exactly on the side, but I wanted to see if they had a Geiger bar of copper. I don't see that they do. That's strange. What about Hero? What copper do they have? Copper bars. All theirs are bullion bars too, but they do have a germanium mint, okay, kilo, which throws us into a weird range because of the weight, but a kilo of copper from germanium mint it says as low as 66. Okay. But yeah, I'm not seeing the Geigers anywhere on any of these sites so far. I really want to find one because those are like some of the most expensive bullion bars I can find, and then I could tell if some of these others were priced, accordingly. Man, copper's not even a lot of the copper's out of stock. I haven't seen any Geiger bars. I'm seeing a lot of the Anonymous Mint stuff, and they want an arm and a leg for it. Yeah, over here, a 10-pound bar, the same one. This is silver.com. They want 198 for 10 pounds of copper. So yeah, don't buy bullion grade copper. Just if you're gonna buy copper, just find some copper. You're almost better off buying lead or copper pipe. Don't go robbing any construction sites though. They've already milked that cow dry. They're on to us. I'm not going to go through those pennies. Or not pennies. Quarters. But I was already over 300. I think maybe even over 400 on that other box with state quarters. And now it seems like I got, fingers crossed, the rest of them. There's way more here than 10. Probably closer to 20 rolls of some really nice state quarters. So maybe I will throw some books together. I'll have to see if I can find a bulk deal somewhere on books. Probably not. But if I can find a bulk deal on some books, I may actually start putting some books together and see where I'm at. But it just goes to show you, some people, they're not worth a lot. But when it's like, 20-year-old quarters like the 2000s and 2003s, this dude's turning them into the bank. Granted, they're not worth a whole lot, but still cool. And something that old that's in that good a condition is getting harder and harder to find. Jimmy Licari, welcome in. We are probably about to wrap this up. I've been on for a couple hours now. Flip didn't have his auction, so I figured I'd jump on and try to entertain the masses. It's been a while for me anyway. I did a bunch of rants about the financial system and how I think we're in for some rough waters. You can play that back if you want. I hope Shy Guy didn't leave because I pissed him off. I don't think I said anything too controversial that I can recall. But yeah, it's going to be some rough times. So stack your silver, make wise purchases, keep an eye on the markets, and just, I'm kind of in a holding pattern. I didn't choose to list 100 Rapid. Hey, Jimmy, I mean, you come in at the right times. What can I say? I'm in kind of a holding pattern. Like I said, I don't have a lot of cash on hand in the bank or anything. So, I mean, I can still make purchases. I just bought some stuff last week. But I'm not buying, I don't have a ton of dry powder, which is fine because the price is way up, right? I don't think we're going to see $20 silver anytime soon. So, I feel pretty good about that. But on the other hand, I'm not listing a whole bunch of stuff on eBay either, because then I would have to reacquire at market rate, and I don't want to do that either. So at the moment, I'm just not doing a whole lot. I'm kind of taking a breath. I'm watching, trying to see what's happening and how this thing's going to kind of play out. But I really do think if it does go south, the way that everybody seems to think that it's going to, 6 months from now, $35 silver, $2,500 gold. It's not a pipe dream anymore. It's not, you're not being ridiculous to say that, because we all know when the dollar drops in value, which once it's depegged as the world reserve currency, is pretty much guaranteed, metals are going to go up by a pretty good margin, because that hasn't happened in, I don't even know. Like, I want to say, I'm no expert, somewhere in the 30s or 40s or somewhere in there. Was it World War II, either slightly before or just after, somewhere after that, we basically kind of took over as the world reserve currency. And that's been it. I mean, you're talking almost 100 years of dollar dominance. And now that's going to change. What's that going to look like? I don't think anybody really knows. But metals are going to go up for sure. So, keep educated. Keep your eyes up and watch out and see what's going on out there. And make educated decisions. Which silver would go higher than $100? I mean, that's a bit much. From where we're at, I mean, if it goes up that much, I mean, unfortunately, we would have a whole lot of other problems. And if it did go up that much, most of us, some of the ones that have been stacking for 10 or 15 years, you're no longer sitting on like a little pile of metal. You're sitting on thousands and thousands of dollars, which you may already be, but if it goes up by 3 or 4 times in value, exponential, that's, you have to be prepared for that too. And then your operational security comes in a bigger play. Not too many people come into my house, so yes, I have coins and stuff on the wall. So basically, if somebody's been in my house, they know I have some stuff. Thankfully, I only let people I trust in my house, but the fact remains that, that one person that knew 10 years ago that you collected coins, if the situation changed and the environment was completely different outside. Oh yeah, I know. I think I knew a guy that had some. Yeah, that's all it takes, and it could be something that old, from a time where you weren't as concerned about it, and maybe a little more loose with your information, that could come back to bite you. I mean, again. We're way off on the deep end on speculation, but the thought is there, especially if silver went up by that much. So I'll hope for 35. Well, not really. I would hope that we don't enter a financial calamity, but if we do, I think 35 is probably a decent target in the next 6 months. If the banks close, it will be mass chaos. Yeah, I mean, think about. Yeah, I think back to like the 2020 issue, and like people, there were a lot of regular people that were utterly confused. The banks closed, the ATM's out of money, and then they go further to find another ATM that does have money, pay the extra few dollars fee to get the money from that one, so then those people's ATM's out, and they have to go for, and it just kind of spreads. And so that was a kind of rough time, but the amount of people who didn't realize that you couldn't just get all the money you wanted out of the ATM, there were a bunch of those people. Most of us already know these things, but the general public doesn't. Some of the general publics don't even know about withdrawal limits on their account until one day they go in and ask for 10 grand and they say no. So be smart, don't be sheep. which I think all of us are smart. So just keep your head on a swivel, and we will do what we can. I'm going to get these mailings out tomorrow. Silver and Cigars, I hope, has my email. If not, I'll go track his down on his channel and get his contact. I think Constitutional might have it anyway. But I'll get his address and send this out. Siren, yours is coming. Kendall, yours is coming. And Roadhog, yours is coming. They'll all be mailed out tomorrow. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then we'll be all caught up for the first time. I am going to shoot a video in the morning. I will try to get it out by like tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. And other than that, I just thank everybody for your time and attention. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And a couple hours in, 2.5, not bad. I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. I don't know who else is live. Let me look and see if somebody else is live. If I can pull it up and somebody else is live that's not like Silver Dragons, I'll send somebody over. Mike Panucci is live. Mike P. So let me see if I can grab that link for his live. This might put audio up. I apologize. Okay, I got it. Okay, so Mike P's live. I will take the link and I will put it in. If you're bored and you have nothing else to do, Mike's a good guy. You can go over there to that link and go hang out. Far North Coins is live? Who is that? I don't know that one. I will search. I can't spell. I'll do that too. I will give you options. Far North Coins. Oh yeah, he is live. Oh, he's doing a $50 box hunt. So there you go. Better than what I was doing. So let me go over here. Copy that. Okay, so the first one is Mike P's live stream. The second one is Far North Coins. All right. So you have some places to go. Somebody else say something? Oh, $50 Make You Holla is on. I know them too. But I'm not going to go through the bother. They're a big channel. I think most people know them if they know them. So they're on too. So go hang out with somebody else. I appreciate everybody's time. Congratulations to the winner, Silver and Cigars, of the Silver Tonight.